Hello, friends, and welcome back to Malicious Compliance Stories. I think you need to start looking for better friends, OP. Their logic doesn't make any sense. Either everyone gets to celebrate Christmas and birthday separately, or no one does. But before we begin, best way to support our channel is to leave comments, like, and subscribe with the turned on bell so you don't miss the new video every single day. Here we go. One gift for birthday and Christmas? No problem. I love birthdays and have always loved celebrating them, both for myself and for others. I love to give gifts as much as I love to receive them. But I was born in December, so it's always been an uphill battle getting people to celebrate mine or separate it from the religious holidays happening that month. For me, it's not about the gift, but the principle. I've had several friendships where I was expected to help plan and pay for expensive gifts, dinners, trips, etc. for a spring or summer birthday, only to be told what an inconvenience it was to have to do something for a December birthday. I've been called greedy, childish, and even had people ask why I can't just combine my birthday with someone else to make it easier. It makes the friendship feel one-sided and makes me feel like an inconvenience. I don't get so upset about it anymore, but I do have some firm birthday rules. You don't have to get me anything, but if you do, just pick one, birthday or Christmas. Keep them separate. Whatever the agreement is, let's make it mutual. If no birthday gifts is the agreement, it should hold for all birthdays involved, not just the inconvenient ones in December. Well, a best friend and I recently got into an argument about it because she felt I was being selfish for wanting two gifts in the same month. When I said we don't have to do birthdays, she insisted that she should get a separate gift for her birthday in March because it's a different time of year. I pointed out that this was unfair, but she wouldn't hear it. I jokingly said in the end that if she gave me one gift for the month, I would purposely wait until March and give her an empty box for her birthday. She said, sure, go for it. And as promised, she gave me one gift for both days and told me to stop being so childish. So March comes around and she has a little get-together and the time comes to open gifts. When she unwrapped mine and saw that it was empty, I said, Merry Christmas, and she got really upset. She said I was being petty and childish and that I was going out of my way to ruin her birthday. The other guests seem really upset too, and some of our mutual friends want me to apologize. I'm refusing to do so, and we haven't spoken since. And our second story. Entitled kid gets KO'd. So I live on a ranch and we own some cattle. Hay has been really expensive lately, so we needed to sell some cows to afford hay. We had a listing on Facebook and some other places about cattle for sale. We had some cows ready for butchers, so we put them in another pen. A lady DMs us and asks if she can come to the property and take a look. We agree on a time and then discussed what type of cows we had. The day the lady was supposed to arrive, she seemed to be running late. We waited and she didn't show up. Later, she apologized for not showing up and she asked if she could swing by the next day. I told her that I was going to be doing some busy work, but I'll probably be free later in the day, so it was settled. Next day, I was running some hay to our cows, and when I pulled into the driveway, her car was there. I get out immediately and am met with, Karen. Where have you been? Me. Oh, you're here early. I said I was doing some stuff with the cows, but I've got some time to do this real quick. So I take her to the pen and she looks in. She points to the other pen and says, Karen, why are they separated? Shouldn't these guys be together? Me. Oh no, we're butchering them this summer, so we put them in there so we can fatten them up a bit. Karen, butcher? You torture these wonderful creatures? Now, I'm not one to judge someone who's against animal abuse. In fact, I'm with them. Some of these big industries do treat their animals badly, and it's a problem. I am one not to do that. Cows give us food, so I make sure that my cows are taken care of properly. But what is this lady expecting? I don't care if people like meat or not, or eat it or not, I could give two craps, but she came out to a ranch, a cattle ranch. There are probably animals out there headed to the butcher. Me. Oh, ma'am, I assure you, these cows are treated like kings. I make sure their death is quick and painless, but these are the cows you're looking for. She just scoffed. I take her by the pen we were supposed to be looking at, so how is this Karen an entitled parent? Well, she had a kid in her car, and she was buying him a cow as a pet. She had a small trailer, probably only big enough for one cow. At this point, she called him out of the car. Karen, So which one do you like? EK, I like that one. This kid had pointed to a calf. This calf was too young to be weaned, taken from his mom, so he'd have to be sold with his mom. Me, if you want that one, you're going to have to buy that red Angus right there. That's his mom, and he's too young to leave her yet. Karen, with a disgusting look, so I have to buy both? Me, yes ma'am, but since she's a mom, she's very protective, so let's find another cow. EK, but mom, I want that one. Karen, my baby wants that one. He's just so cute and small. I don't want to get anything too big. Me, so if that's the case, you should go look for some miniature cows. I know some sellers and I can get you their contact information. Karen, yeah, but I'm already here. EK, Mommy, can I go pet the cow? Me, no. Karen, sure, sweetie, what's the big deal? He just wants to pet the cow. Rule number 1 with cattle, be aware of your surroundings. If you see a cow with a calf and the mom is high-headed, don't go near it. This kid's too young to understand, but his mom is too effing stupid to look out for her GD kid. Now the mom of the calf this kid went to go pet is a total B. She will not put up with anything. So the kid crawls under the panel, and he looked to be about 10 or so. Well, I had to try and go into the pen, but I needed a cattle prong. A cattle prong's just a long rod that delivers light shock to the cattle. It's the equivalent of a shock collar to dogs, except it's just long so people can stay safe and keep their distance. Her son goes to touch the calf, and the mom is giving all the warning to stay the F away. He gets close to the calf, and it freaks out. Cows kick to the side, not to the back like a horse, so the calf kicked this kid square in the side of his head. He fell over and started screaming. So's his mom. I hate to say it, but it felt so good to see that entitled Karen see what happens when her dumb butt doesn't listen to professionals. But now, with all the screaming, the rest of the cattle are wound up. I get my cattle prong, rush into the pen, and as the mom was about to start charging this poor kid, I start herding her away from him, and I get him out of the pen. I gave him back and told her to get the F off my property. She started yelling at me, but I just tuned her out. I can't stand people like that. Moral: listen to the people who know what they're talking about. Update: well, I just ran to Walmart to get some of that Arizona tea in that big jug, and guess who I saw? Entitled mom with entitled kid. I see her with a shopping cart with about 3 birthday cakes in it. Now, while she was a raging bee and I'd love to punch her in the effing face, I'm still a polite person. Me: hey, who's the birthday boy? Entitled Karen: there isn't one. I'm buying this cake for a cow that you wouldn't sell to me. However, I did take your advice and buy a miniature. Me: well, I'm glad you bought a mini, something nice for your boy. But what do you mean you bought a cake for your cow? Entitled Karen: well, after I bought a cow, my boy wanted to feed it some treats, so I asked on Facebook and Reddit about where I should buy some treats or what to buy, and everyone said buy some Nutrigrain cake at Baumgar's, local farm store. I looked at Baumgar's, and they don't sell cake, so I came here because I know Walmart has cake. I couldn't find Nutrigrain, but any brand is as good as any. For those who don't know, cake is like a big pellet of grounded materials that you give to cows, and horses too. My horse loves cake. Nutrigrain is the brand. This woman thought actual cake. While you can feed cake to cows, not in large amounts, they can eat it, but they're really not supposed to. Me: no, ma'am, you're mistaken. Nutrigrain is not actual cake. It's a pellet for cattle. Karen: oh, F off. You just don't want my boy to ever be happy, do you? First you won't give him a cow, and now you won't let him feed it treats. Looks at kid: this mean man doesn't want you to be happy. Kid starts crying and throwing a temper tantrum. Oh, now look what you've done. F off. Go back to your farm. And she stormed off. And our last story. HOA Karen locked the pool. Seriously, it's been happening for years. This lady Judy thinks she's a judge and jury of the pool. Not only does she lock the pool for a day as punishment if someone from the renter's side jumps the fence after hours, but she also sits and watches POC. She goes so far as to follow them to their townhouse to make sure they actually have a key and aren't just faking. Very strange, she doesn't watch my white husband, but she watches me and our neighbors. This is happening almost weekly, where she put a padlock and writes passive-aggressive notes as to why we can't swim in the pool we pay for. The only people she's punishing are the people that actually pay for the pool keys. She's HOA vice president and has nothing better to do than marshal the pool. I called the management company and they were baffled why she took this upon herself. They're sending out an email soon with updated pool hours and rules, but I'm not sure if this will deter Judy. I just don't understand. Is this normal? Seems over the top to me, but this is our first bought, paid, have the deed, no mortgage home. We've lived here nearly a decade and I regret voting for this C word. Edit/update. Sent photos of Judy's little notes to the management. They're sending out new pool rules with extended hours. The HOA president's on vacation but returns next week, so we'll just have to wait and see. Pool's open today, and I took several neighbors that didn't pay for a key. We had a great time with no Judy. I talked to some of the teens, 16 and up can swim without supervision, that came to the pool and suggested they record Judy if she follows them, and they can come to my house if they don't feel safe. I'll be taking my phone to the pool from now on. I didn't before because my house is right next to it. Hey guys, thank you all for watching the video. I'll see you in the next one.